Greetings, everyone. I want us to look at the operation of the sun in this season. Restoration is the operation of the sun, and restoration is the taking of the natural to the spirit. Jesus came to give us life. You see, during the fall of Adam, there was a spiritual death. So for us to reconnect back and be aligned back to the vision of God, he came to give life to the dead, where the dead wakes up. And once the dead wakes up, they are able now to see themselves. They enter into the reality of God, where they are able now to realign back to what God wanted from the beginning. So the sun swallows up mortality. When we look at John chapter 5, verse 21, NKJV, it says, "For as the Father raises the dead and gives life to them, even so the Son gives life to whom he will." There is no time will remain the same when we meet or encounter Christ. There is no way we can remain the same. You can see even Isaiah. When he beheld the glory, he saw himself and said, "Woe is me, I'm a man of unclean lips." We don't even need to be told, change this, you're not living right, you're sinning, you're doing this and that. You don't even have to be told. Once you behold the glory, you will see yourself because you'll enter into a reality. The reality of God. So it's not a matter of saying we are Christians, we are children of God, yet our lives are still wanting. Yet our lives are still showing something that is not of him. We are misrepresenting him. Look at even Saul. Him, he believed he was working for God. And he was passionate with what he was doing. He was persecuting the Christians. He was killing them. He believed he's standing in as a vessel working for God. Yet when he had an encounter on his way to Damascus, he had an encounter with God. And he realized that actually he was fighting, he was persecuting the Christians. And from there now, his path was realigned to what now God wanted him to do. And ever since that time, Saul became Paul. And he continued now in the right path of God, preaching the good news. So there's no way we can encounter Christ and remain the same. He gives us life where we were dead, depending on our own might, depending on our own ways or desires. Because remember, in the beginning, in the fall of Adam, he dropped the will of God and started now living according to his own will and desires. So now, once we encounter Christ, we are realigned, we receive life and enter into his reality. Look at even Peter. He was working hard. This was a family business. He was fishing. And he had been in there fishing all night. But he was not successful. But when he met Jesus, Jesus told him, throw in your nets and let's fish. He was told where he was given an instruction on what to do. And Peter even just told him, you know what, I've been here all night. I've been here doing this, but nothing was fruitful. But because you have asked me to do this, let me do it. And when he obeyed, there was abundance. He caught so much that he needed help. He needed help from the other boats. And that is when we see that he even knelt down and said, get away from me. I'm a sinful man. He was able to see himself that he has been living life outside the will of God, in that he was living for himself. And now he has realized when he lives for Christ, Life is totally different. He entered into that reality where now, when you live in obedience, aligned to the will of God, life is transformed. So this is what we need. We need Christ's life in order to receive life. And we stop being dead, we wake up, and now we fulfill the vision of God that was for us to govern the nations of the world. So be enlightened with that word.